I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta. BenDeLaCreme is on the show today, and we talk about sexy fetish Santas, chicken tetrazzini, and Very Delta, the musical. But first, do you want to see me go off? Because I think you want to see me go off.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. I'm Delta Work, and this is Very Delta, a luxury public access podcast and talk show where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite fascinating people to sit on the couch and get very Delta. Very Delta is for the woman and the man. But first, let's get into some things that are very Delta.
Go off, Delta!
What's your skincare routine? Drop the lip combo, girl. I'm getting so bored with those kinds of statements. I don't think people are really that interested in the lip combo. I think you can look at a picture and say, that looks like a nude lipstick. Let me just go get something similar. What's your skincare routine? I don't know. Wash my face and my armpits and my ass with the same bar of soap? Get a little Clearasil and take my makeup off? I think it's so strange when I look at people's comment sections, and I'm not just talking about mine. I'm talking about anywhere. I'm talking about Instagram Live or TikTok Lives where people are like, come on, share the live. Come on. And then you see the comments in there and people are like, what's your skincare routine? Are you going to follow it? Are you going to go buy those things? Think of something more creative. There's got to be something more interesting, like, what's your favorite tortilla chip? What do you like to order when you order a dessert? What's your favorite way of watering the lawn? Do you like swimming in a pool that is in the ground or above the ground? But the same question over and over. What's your skincare routine? You don't care about someone's skincare routine. If you do, you would just Google, how do I get my skin to look better? Oh, I have oily skin. Okay, well, there's a nice routine. How do I get my skin to have less rosacea? Let's see. Oh, there we go. Like that's, I feel like the way that you would do that. But to ask someone, what's the lip combo? Especially when you can tell, like, it just looks like red lipstick. No shade. No pun intended, no shade, but all lipsticks kind of are the same. The formula might be different, but the color, you can look at something and go, that's tomato red. That's a blue red. I feel like we've all gotten to that point where we can just like reverse search an image. Say, what is that? Or what is that person wearing? Another thing, stop with the tagging people in comments, especially when there's no context. So you'll just tag another Drag Race person in there just to see what'll happen. They're not going to look at it. They're not going to comment on it. They don't give a shit. Just leave it alone. This is very so-and-so. Oh, this blonde wig is so Kylie Sonique Love. No, it's not. It's not Kylie Sonique Love at all. It's whoever's wearing it in that picture. It has nothing to do with someone else. But people only have a very limited reference point. Oh my gosh, dessert, that's so Mrs. Fields cookies. But it's a piece of cheesecake. So it's Cheesecake Factory. And it's not Cheesecake Factory, it's the cheesecake I just told you I made. Why does it have to be something else? That's so strange that it's giving. Are you drinking a Sprite? It's giving lemon lime drink. Yeah. That's what it is. The name brand is Sprite, but we've accepted that those clear drinks are generally lemon lime. Unless it's a grapefruit drink, which it could be a Fresca, so I'll give you that. But this idea of like tagging other people or tagging brands, so-and-so sponsor her. Pepsi's not looking. They're not looking for a sponsor. They know where you are. So-and-so, she stole your look. It's so weird. It's almost like it instigates something else. It's definitely for attention, but how about instead of attention from someone else, you just get attention from the person who posted it? Hey, I really like this. I'm looking for something similar. Could you share where you purchased that? That's a little bit different, more specific. Drop the lip combo. I'm not saying we have to gatekeep where it comes from. It's just, I feel like at this point, it's kind of obvious. Like every brand has a variation of nude lipsticks. Every brand has, unless somebody said, look at my nude lipstick, want to know what it is? And then they don't tell you. That's the perfect opportunity to say, drop the lip combo. Because you invited in. You said, I do want to know. And you just asked me. But if somebody says, my lip combo is this, this, and this, and you don't read it, and then you just say, drop the lip combo, why do I have to do all the work for you? If you love me so much and you're that interested in the lips, can't you just expand the caption and read it? That's so crazy. And are you really going to buy it? Honestly, are you that interested in the lip combo? The skincare routine? Here's the thing. If you want your skin to be correct, wash it, use a little astringent, put a moisturizer on, stay out of the sun, go to bed. Drink your water. Drink your juice, Shelby. Come on now. You know how to get your skin right. You have to wash your face. You can't strip it. You gotta wash it. Now, if you have a lot of makeup on, like I wear a lot of makeup, once my makeup remover is on and I wipe it all away, I have to go and I have to do a nice deep cleansing. And then I have to put the astringent on and I have to be gentle because it's stripping everything away. And then I have to put the moisturizer back on. But you already know that. You have a TV. You're watching the commercials. You know how the girls do it. You see people in commercials pick up the water and go, do that. That's the skincare routine. What's the lip combo? A 99-cent pencil and whatever thing there. Maybe not what's the lip combo. Hey, what lipstick color is that? But I feel like these phrases, drop the lip combo. What's your skincare routine? Get more specific about it. So if you really want to know what the lip combo is, why don't you just ask ChatGPT? Ooh, the lip combo is a classic. Are you asking for a lip color combination or a specific product combo? Something like the perfect nude lip or maybe a bold, dramatic combo. Let's ask it again. A bold, dramatic combo. A bold, dramatic lip combo. Love that energy. Here's a classic one that gives you that show-stopping vibe. Lip liner. Start with a dark red or deep burgundy lip liner. Think Max Burgundy or Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk in a darker shade. Line your lips with a sharp, defined edge and slightly overline for fullness. Lipstick. For the bold statement, go with a rich matte red or plum shade in Uncensored bright red, or NARS Audacious Lipstick in Greta, a deep plummy red. These give major pigment and long-lasting wear. Gloss, which is optional. If you want a bit of shine, top it with a clear gloss or something with a slight gold sheen, like Fenty's Gloss Bomb in Fenty Glow. It'll keep it glossy, but still bold. Highlight the Cupid's bow. A touch of highlighter or shimmering nude pencil on your Cupid's bow will make your lips pop even more. That's a showstopper combo. Does that vibe fit what you're going for? Or do you want something even darker or with a different undertone? I like this. This is very specific. This is Pacific. This says specifically what you want. It lets you know that you have some options and what brands to pick from. To be honest with you, I've never had a NARS lipstick, but Fenty is, of course, amazing. MAC, I could never go wrong. Charlotte Tilbury, I've never used Charlotte Tilbury, and it always gives me Charlotte Tilbury. It's giving yoga. It's giving children named... What's the name? Charlotte Tilbury. It's giving children named Canyon. It's giving dirty sodas in Utah. Charlotte Tilbury's giving Lululemon. That's what that gives me. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just gives me... It gives me very much seersucker white woman. There's something about it. I don't know. I'm just saying, I want to go shopping now. I want a showstopper combo. Do you really want to know what my lip combo is here? It is a lipstick called Del Rio by MAC. A lot of people don't wear Del Rio. Del Rio by MAC. I don't really remember the pencil. It's one of the ones from the 99-cent store. So it's going to be what it's going to be. And now I want to ask you, the very Delta viewers and listeners, what's your lip combo? Drop it in the comments. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break.
This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. November is Men's Health Awareness Month, so Talkspace wants guys to know that being prepared for life's biggest challenges and opportunities means prioritizing mental health, too. Talkspace can help you go beyond fine-tuned workouts, supplements, and productivity hacks. Talkspace can help you fine-tune your inner life so you can succeed in being the best version of yourself in any situation. And with Talkspace, you can get therapy from anywhere and on your time. You can even text your therapist between sessions. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace takes most insurance, and most insured members have a $0 copay. Men's Health Awareness Month is the perfect time to reach out to Talkspace. Now, get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com and save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com. That's Talkspace.com, promo code SPACE80.
Our guest today is terminally delightful. She's the multi-talented force, and she is BenDeLaCreme.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for being here.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm glad we could finally make this work.
I know. I'm excited you're here. You have, we say multi-talented force because you have always several irons in the fire. And you have a big project coming up right now, and I think it's where we need to start.
Oh, sure.
Right?
Yeah. I am headed to Chicago to join the circus. I'm really excited about it. It's a company called Teatro Zinzani that has performers come in from all over the world, like incredible acrobats and folks doing like wild sleight of hand stuff and singers. And they have a brilliant comedian who's a drag queen named Kevin Kent. And Kevin Kent said, hey, do you want to step in for me for 8 weeks?
Wow.
And I said, I would be honored. So, yeah.
Yeah, that is so fun.
Yeah.
Now, is this similar to chicken tetrazzini, or is that something different?
Oh, it's slightly different. Just in that there's a lower chance of salmonella.
But it's just as tasty, I'm sure.
It's just as well, I'd say I haven't had chicken tetrazzini in quite some time.
Well, I like when people say it and they mispronounce it.
How do they say it?
Well, kicking crecazzini, I've heard.
Did you hear, what was that thing where that guy was saying tzatziki and he was like iykyk or whatever?
I it's my favorite when people like mispronounce something and they commit to it, because then it makes me think like maybe I'm saying it wrong. Like maybe there's a better way.
Well, I heard a woman in a restaurant once try to order chamomile.
What was it?
Chamomile.
Stop it, please.
Yes, chamomile.
Stop it.
No, it was a friend of mine was the server, and I overheard this and watched his face. It was a long process, him trying to figure it out before he finally, because you want to be nice. You're in a service position.
Right.
And eventually you just had to be like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right. And I always feel weird. Like I'm usually, especially if it's a stranger, I'm not going to correct it. I'm just going to roll with it. But if you can't tell what it is at all.
Yeah.
And you can't. I did have a girl say to me, I just love what you wear. I love that you embrace how voluptuous you are.
Oh.
Voluptuous.
I've always been bothered by the M people like to throw into that word.
Okay.
Voluptuous.
Oh,
have you heard that?
Yeah, I have heard that.
It's very unappealing. It takes such like a sexy word and really just makes it into a sack of pine cones.
But you have to let him do it.
You have to let him do it.
Yeah. Because then it's like, oh, you're making fun of my compliment I'm trying to give you.
Right.
You know? I always think that with like designer names because I don't really know how to pronounce, like if it's in another language and I don't know how to speak it, or if it's like you have to put an emphasis on something. Like, what is the designer? Celine. And people will say like Celine, like however, and I don't want to say it wrong. So I'm like, I don't know her name, but it's like Celine Dion, but there's no Dion.
Well, it's like you also have to constantly make decisions. I feel like we have so many words from other languages. Like, are you going to be the person who orders the croissant at the coffee shop? Like, you have to decide whether you're that type, you know?
Right.
And I haven't decided. I don't know.
Well, what would you order instead of that?
I feel like I just sort of go, I go middle of the road. I'm like, croissant. Like,
okay.
You know, like I'm not like crescent, cross, you know. Mm-hmm. I feel like people lean into that hard R or they go full like.
See, I usually would just be like, can I have a bran muffin? Because I feel like that's in my wheelhouse.
You just avoid it altogether.
Well, and I'm irregular. Like I need the bran.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That would help.
Well, when you get old, one day you'll be old.
I mean, I'm working on it.
No, you're just a baby.
We're all working on it.
We are all working on it.
Slow march to death.
What'd you say?
Slow march to death.
Oh, I like that.
That's all it is. Straight out of the womb, dying from the beginning.
What about DeLa and Delta? There's just a T in the middle of it. That's it.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Why don't people get us confused more?
I think because a lot of people, they confuse me with Kylie Sonique Love. And so, you know what I mean? I think it's a lot of times I have blonde hair. And if it's not that, if I had black hair on, they might think.
You know, people are always assuming I'm a Colby. It's like, I get it.
I get it. Well, because your hair's snatched back, right? Yep. You just, I can tell you use the front of your own hair and then sometimes sneak a little piece on the back.
Just occasionally. Just one of those little like 90s clip-ins.
Okay. I am a major Christmas fan. And I shoot myself in the foot all the time when I've not gone to see your holiday show because I know how hard the two of you work on that. It is lauded. It is like cemented into the queer community. It's not something new. It's something you've been doing for so long. But on top of that, you have gift wrapping paper with your face on it. That's crazy to me.
Well, it's real. I mean, I feel so lucky that this thing has taken off in the way that it has, because I have always felt that drag and the holidays go so hand in hand. One of the first live shows that I ever saw that like blew my mind and really helped me understand what drag could be was I was 18 and I was living in Boston and I saw Varla Jean Merman do Holiday Ham.
Wow.
And I just remember being like, oh, yeah, drag queens and Christmas are inextricable. Right. And, you know, Dina Martina, her holiday show in Seattle is like such an incredible tradition. And it's just, I mean, she does so many shows and they're all packed. And I just, you know, Christmas is camp. Right. You know, it's so I've always loved it and I always have had a rough time with Christmas. And so I think the idea of like creating queer space at Christmas feels really important to me. So yeah, when Jinkx and I started this, it was kind of just an experiment. You know, we were like, did it in a few cities and smaller venues and kind of we're like, I don't know, let's put this out there, see if anybody likes it. And then it just blew up and I just couldn't be happier about it. You know?
I mean, it's just so exciting. And like you say, Christmas is such a campy time, but such a hard time for so many people because there's so many religious overtones and then there's family obligations. There's so much noise, finance. You know, how many gifts did you buy?
$2.
Yeah. $2 is all you get.
Nope.
But we'll have 30 over here. Yeah. No, very, very true. But it's like Christmas is so campy. It's so silly. It has such another meaning. And I think even for people who regard it as such a religious time, they're not really doing anything so religious.
Well, that's the thing. People get bizarrely, suddenly non-secular.
Oh,
Christmas.
yes.
It's like people who never talk, like suddenly are singing songs that are about Jesus's birth, but like without really even thinking about it, just because
Right.
it's like what we do, you know?
Right.
I think that's so bizarre as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really like we've got so many bizarre, like a this bearded man that lives at the North Pole, but we have all this lore about him. I was just doing I do an Easter show now because it just really covering my Christian bases, and it's really like dealing with like the Easter Bunny and those things. So bizarre. And they don't even have, the Easter Bunny doesn't even have a story. Where does he live? What the fuck is he up to?
Just a rabbit.
Yeah.
No reason.
He's right. And like we all get these baskets, but he doesn't have any reindeer. He doesn't have like, how is he doing that? We haven't explained any of it and we're just fine with it.
Right.
I don't know.
Did you ever take pictures on the Easter Bunny's lap when you were a kid?
No.
You never did that?
No, and I always am jealous when I see those kids crying on those terrifying rabbit laps. But I don't remember that being a thing when I was young. Did you?
Oh, we always did.
Really?
Always. It was like my favorite thing to do that and go see Santa as well.
Oh, I mean, I always was. Yeah, Santa was always a thing. My dad used to play Santa.
Really?
Yes.
Was he a skinny Santa or like
No.
a belly Santa?
He was a big belly, white bearded Santa, and that was all
that's the
his real
best.
deal. He had a real beard, real everything.
I mean, I like to be inclusive and hold the space, but I need a big bellied Santa.
We need a big belly Santa.
Especially if we've created in our mind if Jesus can be
Skinny people don't need more opportunities.
right. I know, I 1,000% agree. If Jesus can be Kenny Loggins, like then Santa Claus can be this big fat jolly person.
Agreed.
But there's so much also like fetishizing Santa. There's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah.
Because he's a bear.
Well, also like my Instagram suggested for you, I have a bizarre amount of like hypersexualized cartoon illustrations that show up. I'm not sure what I did to deserve that. Listen, I'm not mad at it. But yeah, a lot of like sexy fetish Santas pop up every year.
Really?
Yeah.
What else shows up in your Explore?
I don't know that we should talk about that.
I think we should.
My Explore is it's like drag. It's people talking about like higher states of being and how to center yourself and consciousness.
That's good.
And butts.
And butts.
And butts.
I think that seems really balanced.
Thank you.
It really does.
Now that I'm saying that out loud, I'm like, yeah, that's a good spread.
Right.
Yeah.
What does mine have? Mine has Dollar Tree recipes that I'm never going to make.
Okay.
And it has, like higher being, but it's all people making fun of it.
I see. Yeah.
And that's not very nice.
I definitely have a real thing for like Instagram people like telling me how to live my life better, more consciously, more purposefully while I'm scrolling on my phone, tuning out from absolutely everything.
Right.
We're so disconnected.
We are.
With the illusion of connection, the constant illusion of connection.
Right. And I love social media for what it is, but at the same time, I mean, with one thing you get, one thing is taken away. And there is this idea that like, you look at something and you're like, I could do that. I could wear that. I could have that. If I just tell everyone that I'm balling, then everyone's like, wow, you've got all this money, but it's just in an angled picture.
Right.
It's just, it's like not real.
Well, and doesn't that feel more isolating?
Oh,
when people are
right.
appreciating you for something that you don't really have and you know that and you're like, oh, I'm getting this validation, but like it's actually not for a thing. I feel like that's something that I'm hoping will come out of the disaster we're living through today, is that I do feel like I see people making more of an effort to prioritize like being in the same physical space as somebody, because it's just
true.
not the same. I feel like we were all so conditioned to Zoom and whatnot over the pandemic. And sometimes it's hard to remember that like, that is just not like, you can talk to the same person over Zoom or in a room, and it is a fully different experience. You like feel, this
1,000% true.
This feels like something.
This.
Yeah. This.
What is the one boob? Wonk, wonk.
That is what it is.
This one.
Oh, Jocelyn. She's from my original season.
She is from your season.
Yeah. Love her.
Wow.
She's an angel.
it's so funny because we talking about this idea of like comparing one another. I think even with drag, like, you know, people see Drag Race and many people are raised on Drag Race. And so in their mind, it's like, if I can just get on Drag Race, that means I'm doing really good drag.
Right.
And it's like, you can do really good drag without the reality show. If you want it, that's great. And enjoy yourself and have a good time. Because as somebody who's, you know, without that, I would not be having any of the opportunities that I have. And I'll always remember that. But you can still do really cool shit.
You know, you and I have been doing drag long enough that it was not, I don't feel like everything used to be framed as a competition in the world of drag. You know, it could just be like, oh, you're doing this weird, interesting thing. I'm doing this weird, interesting thing. And, you know, and I do think that I think it's a bummer that like some younger folks who are exposed to drag now see it as always like, well, I have to be the best at all of it. I have to be the best drag queen. And it's like, well, I don't know that it needs to be that kind of competition in the real world, you know?
Right.
I don't think it leads to better drag when you're trying to like outdo someone else.
Right. How do you come up with this idea for shows? Because this is not something new for you. I mean, you've done a million different things. When you think of a show, is it like sparked by something from childhood? Is it you saw a movie and you went, that scene reminds me of a whole new thing?
Yeah, you know, that's actually a good point. I feel like I oftentimes see things and I'm like, I was so excited about this and I wish it had been this other thing, so I'm going to make that. I used to do a Halloween show in Seattle for like 4 years or something, and it was a little bit based on, have you ever seen, you know, Rankin Bass who do the Rudolph animations?
Yes.
They have one Halloween one called Mad Monster Party.
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yep.
And it's such an exciting like visual and premise. And then you watch it and you're like, I am so bored. And so that Halloween show was really like, well, this is just what I wish they'd done. So
right. Okay.
There are definitely things that come from that.
Yeah.
And then there's also just things that I'm like, you know, when I made a show about Dante's Inferno, which is so random, I'd never read it. I was like, oh, cabaret, hell has all these circles. They all have different sins. That feels like a cabaret show. Let's do that. And then I had to read the book. And then I was like, oh, this is way more intense than I thought. But that leads to some interesting stuff. You know, you just like go down the wormhole.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially, you know, doing holiday shows this will be our 8th year. Once you start really scraping the resin out of that holiday idea, you know, you're just like looking for anything left banging around in your skull. And the ideas get weirder and weirder and more interesting, I think. You know, it's like you give yourself an assignment and then you just show up to whatever challenge you couldn't have predicted. And that, I feel like, yields the most exciting results.
Were you raised with siblings? No.
It's part of why I'm so deeply demanding.
Yeah. I was thinking this. Let's take a break. We are back with BenDeLaCreme. Before we went to break, I was asking if you were raised with siblings, and you said no.
I ate them in utero.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And is that what gave you the power, having all of that in you?
It's why I'm so voluptuous.
Uh-huh.
No,
voluptuous, but...
No, I grew up an only child, and I really do feel like everything I do is just an extension. It's like the more fully realized version of what I did as a kid, because I lived in a pretty rural area, and even at school, I was like way too freaky to have friends. And so I just hung out in my bedroom with my stuffed animals and puppets. I've loved puppets since I was little. And I had a video camera, and I would just set it up, and I would just make movies with I don't feel like much has changed.
Yeah.
I had a couple cousins, and in my mind, and I love them so much, and we're still very close. And in my mind, we used to put on productions for our parents, and we would dress up and like, you know, write these stories and like do these things. Come to find out in much later life, I was just bossy as hell.
Right.
And I really thought that this was a communal experience. And they laugh about it. And they're like, oh, yeah, it was so fun. But you stand over there, you go over here, you enter now. And I guess there we go. That's it. Really just laid the groundwork.
Well, I'm a firm believer that, I mean, you have to have a leader. You have to just decide who is working in this. And I think that's like, you put the ego aside, and granted, you were just kids, but in reality, it is a thing. And when you work in a group of people, somebody has to really be in charge, because you can't have too many people cooking.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh, no, I agree. I've been a part of projects where it's like not clear who is at the helm of the ship. And it never, I mean, it's just doesn't work.
Yeah, more is gonna come. You're gonna get something so much more successful if you just, I mean, and of course there can be a storyboarding and a what's the idea? Okay, now you're gonna take the reins.
For sure.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's actually super selfish to not do that.
I think I have trouble just saying things as directly as like, I am really good at that. That is something I'm like trying to get better at, just being like, I am a good leader in those ways. And then I also feel like I always have to qualify it with like, I'm such a mess in my own, like outside of work, I can't get anything done. But within a work context, I do feel like I feel clear on what needs to happen at any given moment. And I like building community in that same way, like it's familial when you work with people intimately. Sure. It's so vulnerable. And I like that aspect of it too. I feel I relate really strongly with Kermit.
Okay.
Yeah. In the original Muppet movie and Muppets Take Manhattan, it's like, it's a thing where he's sort of at the helm. He's got like, he's insecure sometimes, but he always leads them in the right direction, and he builds family that way.
Right.
I love that about him.
I love that reference.
I feel like Kermit with a Miss Piggy rising.
Now, that's not astrological. What realm is that?
Muppetational.
Yeah. Muppetational. What is your astrological sign?
I am a Libra Virgo cusp. I'm the first day of Libra. So, the whole, like one of the whole things with Libras is like balance here. And so I very much am that person who I have to like look at everything from every angle before I make a decision about something. And then Virgos are anal and demanding. And so it's just, there you go. There you have it.
Right.
That's me.
Huh.
What are you?
Aquarius.
Oh.
But I don't know anything more than that.
Me neither.
I don't know what the rising or the house of the rising sun or.
I know that I go Libra, Cancer, Leo, but I don't know what that means.
Wait, do you believe in past lives?
I don't not.
Uh-huh.
Well, let's see. But I'll elaborate, and then I'll tell you whether I believe it or not.
Do you ever, like, as you move through life or as a kid or whatever, is there like a time in the past or a place or something that just seems to resonate? Like for me, I'm always fascinated with Victorian clothes, Victorian things, Victorian pictures. But then I'm also super fearful of mid-century medicine. It scares the shit out of me.
Mid-century medicine?
Yes. So like an American Horror Story asylum, like that kind of thing.
Sure.
So between the 40s and 60s.
I don't think not wanting to be cut open with rusty scissors is like an odd thing. I think most people don't want that.
It feels so close to me for some reason. I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well.
Did you own a brothel at one point in your past life, you think?
I mean, I would assume that probably happened at some point or will happen. Yeah, I was like, that is a retirement plan I have considered. Because at some point I'm going to have to get off these hips. So
right.
But I do really strongly resonate with that mid-century aesthetic. Like it really just pulls me, and I don't know why, but everything about the 50s and 60s just feels like drag to me.
Oh, it all does.
It all feels like drag.
Architecture, the color, Technicolor itself.
Oh,
it really does.
Yeah.
It really does. You know what's interesting to me is sometimes I'll look on TikTok and again, you look at one video and then they're like, oh, you love that video because you watched it all the way through. You're going to get nothing but that. One that pops up for me is people who get old nail polishes or old lipsticks and revive them just to see what the color really looked like. And in my mind, I always assumed it was mostly all red. Everybody wore red or a French manicure with a white pencil underneath. And that was kind of it. these people are popping up like, oh, this is from the 1930s and it's yellow nail polish and it's
Wow.
opal purple or what. It's so interesting.
Wait, what is that? I don't understand. I mean, I don't know. It might not be super interesting to go into in depth, but I don't understand what this process is. What do they do?
They just get these old bottles of nail polish that maybe somebody's selling on eBay. They crank them open. They buy this stuff to dilute them, to bring them back to life. They clean the bottle off, and then they use a fake nail to polish with it, just in case they're like, there's something in it that's no good for you, just to see what colors existed at the time.
It's so interesting, the things that you will scroll through, like the things people are dedicating their hours to, which I'm like, I think is so admirable. I wish I was doing stuff like that with my off time instead of like binge watching television.
Well, what do you watch?
During the pandemic, I rewatched all of Bewitched. And you know what I realized? This is a project nobody would ever like. And but I was like, I want a remake of Bewitched that is all the original scripts, word for word, but not delivered as a comedy. Because it is so upsetting. Listen, I encourage all of you at home to go watch Bewitched and imagine it's not funny.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the Comet channel?
No.
So I found this in traveling, like you'd be in somewhere weird. So somewhere sort of Midwestern or Northeastern, I guess. And the hotels will have the Comet channel. And the screen looks like 50s, early 60s. They're like, welcome to the Comet channel. And so they have all of these shows like One Step Beyond. And like all the programming is like mystery, horror, campy, out from outer space. Like those are all the shows.
How have I never heard of this? This sounds amazing.
I never see it anywhere but when I'm traveling. And it's like really fierce. And what they play all the time, even though it's not that old, but it's old, they play in the middle of the day like extended episodes of X-Files, which is my favorite thing on the planet. But I also love like all the old, again, One Step Beyond, Twilight Zone.
Oh, I love the original Twilight Zone.
All day long. All day long.
It is so good. And really like those episodes that are like wait, you did one of the nurses, right? From the Yeah. And that was such an amazing look.
That was fun.
You did that so well.
Thanks.
It was so good. But that episode is like those episodes, you can watch those over and over. They really are. Okay. They hold up so well.
Yeah.
There's one episode, I can't remember what it was. I was watching it with Jinkx actually once, and we just couldn't stop laughing because they dubbed the little girl's voice. I don't know what was wrong with the audio, but there is a little girl like running around, and she's one of the main characters. And I don't know what was wrong with her voice, but they went in post, and some adult woman went,
"No,
hey, Daddy, please help me with this." Like it was. I wish I could remember what it was.
Ew.
It is incredible. It is so bizarre.
That is so ugly.
Right. And it feels like that should be what the episode is about, but it's not.
Right. Did you ever watch Unsolved Mysteries?
I didn't. That stuff freaked me out so much when I was a kid.
The music is scary.
Oh, the music is terrifying. Yeah. I was afraid of everything as a kid. Like I stopped watching TV for like a month or two when Child's Play came out because the commercial scared me so much. I was afraid I would see the commercial. So I stopped watching television. Now, the entire Child's Play franchise is one of my favorite things in the entire world.
Right.
Jennifer Tilly is a goddess.
Oh my gosh.
Don
completely.
Mancini is a genius.
Yeah.
I'm so sad the Chucky series was canceled. I was lobbying to have a cameo. I just wanted Jennifer Tilly to kill me so badly.
I was thinking about
She's broken.
I know. I'm broken. I'm a broken doll.
Unplug her and plug her back in.
When you are working with Jinkx has been here before, and of course singing your praises because you trust each other so much, and that's, I'm sure, the magic of all of it. You just fit together, you know what I mean, creatively. When did you know, like, we're going to be doing this forever?
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier when you were talking about sort of like
nothing.
Well, needing like projects needing a leader, right?
Yeah,
and that and just that there's so much involved in someone stepping into that role, other people getting on board with them in that role, and that was such a big thing with Jinkx and I was, because we obviously we develop these concepts together. We develop this work together. We work on these scripts together. But then at some point in the process, you know, I step into the role of director. And that is no small thing for someone like Jinkx to put her trust in me that way, where she is willing to step away and say, all right, you take control of this thing. And that is one example of the kind of trust that I think allows us to do this. I think a lot of people are like, oh, they were best friends and then they started doing this thing together. But this thing, the challenges of it, the way you need to step in, put your ego aside, trust someone, that has made our relationship so much stronger, you know, in a very specific way. I think artistic collaborations are on par with romantic relationships in terms of like what a big deal they are, how much you put yourself on the line, you know?
I think that makes so much sense. It's like, yeah, I think everybody's looking for that person who knows them at their absolute worst, but only champions their best.
Yeah.
You know, they know the buttons, they know the triggers, they know those things, and they want to protect them from that. And so I feel like for many people, what I think prevents them from doing a project is the ego of like, well, I have to have the say, so I have to do, and it's great working relationships and friendships hardly could ever be 50-50 all the time.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's 90-10. It's 70-30. It's I fit where you don't. And by relinquishing and saying, if you do be the leader, I can come up creatively in another way. It frees me.
Yeah.
I love watching the two of you and how you interact. And I'm watching as a fan, you know, I don't know the intricacies, but that's still something people can take away some power from that. You can watch the way other people move through life and go, it could be at least look that simple and know that these are real people. These are real people with real feelings as well. And I'm that too.
Oh, yeah. You know, I mean, we really, and we talk about this very openly. Like, we like put in the work. Like we have had conflict. We still have conflict and but we put in the work. And oh God, there was something that you were just saying that was making me think of.
Oh, it was who would win at mud wrestling, you or Jinkx?
Oh God, well, she's not afraid to bite and claw, so you know she'd probably take me down. You know.
Really? You think?
No, absolutely not.
I have the stronger legs. You have stronger legs.
I do.
Though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's all pads. I'm all. It's all me. I call my pads my potato chips. They're like this big.
But you also wear really high shoes. Like you're never not in that shoe.
Oh, that's true.
And that creates so much muscle and so much balance.
It's true. Yeah. And I don't actually quite understand it. I used to always wear the ankle strap ones, and I have been wearing these mules for years. I've always loved the way they looked, but I didn't understand how anybody kept them on their feet. And I can do anything in these and they don't come off my feet. And it's just because my feet are just shaped like this now.
Right.
You know, so many years of training
like
in the strapped ones. And now I can, you know, I don't know. Nothing happens.
Could you wear them to the airport, you think?
Well, one time
Uh-huh.
I was coming from Chicago, and this was very early in my Drag Race touring life, and I was partying pretty hard. You know, it happens when you first sort of experience that person. I was a younger lady, and I was doing a gig at Roscoe's, and it was right after season 6, and Adore was there, and Bianca was there, and we were in a hotel room. I mean, the amount that we drank was just ungodly, and I sort of came to getting out of a car at the airport the next day. And I had an assistant with me who also came to around the same time. And I was not wearing any shoes. I showed up at the airport fully with no shoes except for my high heels.
Stop it.
And I did not know what to do. And I was like, I mean, my head was exploding. I had to go into one of those like horrible stores and buy like, you know, the wedge like flip flops for like, you know, $85 that have like the giant turquoise rock.
Stop it.
You know, and that's what I had to trot around the airport in that day.
Like like a mom's sort of sandal.
Yeah, you know, the airport stores where they sell like the chunky jewelry that's like almost drag but not.
You did not buy those.
There was nothing else to wear on my feet. I was not going to wear these shoes in the airport.
At the Chicago airport?
Yes.
There was nothing. There wasn't a Clark's or something?
Listen, Delta, this was a long time ago and I was hung over. Don't ask me to like give you the layout of the Chicago airport. I don't know what stores were in O'Hare in 2000 whatever.
I actually thought you were going to say that you just put on the clear pumps and just pushed through the airport. But I mean, I think that would have been maybe more.
That was more attention than I was looking for that day. I still missed the flight. I fell asleep at the gate.
No.
Nobody woke me up. They just right? Isn't that rude? When you wake somebody up, if you saw a hungover drag queen in smudged eyeliner and some turquoise flip flops, wouldn't you?
Turquoise flip. I can see the shoe. Let's take a break. We are back with BenDeLaCreme. Now, this is the part of the show we call Read Me Delta. People send in their letters. They have questions. They have queries.
I can't wait.
Are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Are you about to lose control and you think you like it?
Well, I just also would like you to point out that your letter opener matches my flip-flops. Yes.
This is the flip-flop letter opener from the airport from Pathways.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Also, every hotel will have like a restaurant called Seasons.
Oh,
something like that. I think they all have the same thing. My question is always, who is buying the television channels for the hotels, and why do there have to be 15 ESPNs?
Oh, it is it is deeply homophobic.
ESPN Classic, like you want to watch an old tennis match.
No, it is an act of aggression.
It is
toxic masculinity at its worst.
Dear Delta and BenDeLaCreme, the other night I had a dream that I was sitting front row at Very Delta the Musical.
Oh,
that could happen. This establishment allowed food in the theater, so I was eating my popcorn in the front row, ready to gag. Everyone was seated, the lights went out, the overture hit. It was the Very Delta theme played by a live orchestra. The overture ends, the curtain opens, and guess what? I woke up. The dream left me with blue balls, so I'd like to hear from you and your guest. What do you think the opening of a Very Delta musical would be? Is the diva at Subway? Is the diva at a desk bitching? What is she doing? Thank you for your entertainment. You are a national treasure. All my love, Very Freddie from Montana. See, they have a Seasons.
That was well written.
It was well written.
That was like a well-woven tale.
Did you write that?
No, I would have to be several drafts in to really hit it on the head like that. I mean, I wonder how many times they rewrote this because this is so narratively solid. There was intrigue. I was at the edge of my seat.
Right.
Well, I wasn't because I can't move right now.
Well, I don't know. You know this stuff because I don't know this.
Well, I think we want to come in, right? It's like, I always like when you come in like the middle of the action, right?
Okay.
Where it's like, where you don't like start at the beginning, but I could see a really great moment of curtain opens, Delta is there with all of her Diet Cokes laid out ahead, or right, all of the what do you call them? The paper cups, the to-go cups, right? Like there's all of these to-go cups. You're going down the line, you're taking your sips, right? And then it turns into a musical act where it's right, like these things are rigged so that the straws are actually like that thing where you blow on them and you start making different tones. And then the dancers all enter, right? And it turns into one of those things where it's one of those choreographed cup dances, but like a really complicated one, right? So and it turns into this like big, amazing number. Because it's really fun when you have like a big musical number, but it's like sort of a very small, specific idea.
Right.
So it's one of those cup things where you're like moving them all down the line, right? It's like, dun, 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 bup, 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 right? And it keeps going. And then eventually the real Diet Coke gets to you, right? Because they've all been whatever other like off-brand, like Dollar Tree soda. And suddenly Delta tastes the true Diet Coke. She identifies it and bursts into the biggest belted note. And that's where just everything goes crazy, right? Like the sequin curtain drops in back of you. Like now we are in Delta's like perfect Diet Coke world. We've entered, that is our gateway in.
I love it.
Yeah.
Could it be like, could it have that feel of like, do you remember like this, like you would see 70s and 80s when people would be like, it's the Anne Margaret hour on like, you know what I mean? And they would come out and
of course it could.
I love all those shows where it would just be like a standalone and it's like the comedy hour with so-and-so. And they never had another show. They just had that. Or a Love Boat kind of thing.
When I picture this for you, I picture in those Anne Margaret hours or whatever. And it's also very like the Cher show had these, you know, and it's that thing where there's like, you're in a close shot of Cher and there's like one thing happening in the background and then they start to like pan out and then like all the set pieces started moving and flying in and out and we like changed the picture, right? So it's really like, yes, she's Cher and she's performing, but she's also just kind of chilling while the set does its thing around her. Right. And I feel like you deserve that.
Would this be played by Madame LaQueer or Eureka O'Hara?
I'm going to go, listen, I'm casting Megan Mullally.
I love it. I love
Megan
it.
Mullally.
I love it.
As
I love
Delta.
It. And I see it.
I see it too.
I see it. We don't even, I mean, the wardrobe I could just give her this.
I think that this is pre-qualifying for a Tony nomination.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I love
the world
that.
is too.
I don't think you need any explanation from me because the only thing I could contribute to this would be like maybe wig styling. I could do that. But other than that, I mean, Listen, I relinquish all of it to you. Whatever you creatively think.
I'm so honored. See, this is that trust we were talking about.
Right. But
really
you're also like,
means a lot.
bitch, I don't want your project. She said, I already got my own project.
See, this is the thing, though. It sounds so fun that I'm like, yeah, let's do this. But that's what I always do. And then I'm like, why am I doing so many things?
Right.
Now I'm mad at myself and everyone else.
Maybe I could wear a leopard collar. And that would be enough. And I could sit in the audience at your show. I could wear a leopard collar to your Christmas show.
Oh, please. By all means.
It's all about coats in the winter.
If you finally make it.
I know. I can't believe I've never gone. And it's in every fucking city.
Well, we've got the red carpet is rolled out for you at any point, Delta.
I'm coming.
You just say the word.
Just say it?
Just say the word. Pick a word, any word.
Voluptuous is my safe word. Dear Delta and DeLa, while listening to the episode of Very Delta with Latrice, you made a comment about what if you had shit yourself in the front seat of your car, and I need to tell you my story. I was driving from Dallas, Texas to Lubbock, Texas, which is about a 5.5-hour drive. I was driving after work, so I got something to eat to start my drive. Of course, I chose 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos and a cheese quesadilla from Taco Bell. About halfway through the drive, there's a long stretch of highway with no towns or gas stations or places to stop. Right as we passed the last town, I felt a fart coming. I pushed it out, and about half a cup of liquid shit seeped through my underwear, through my pants, and onto my boyfriend's cloth seat in his Toyota. Not only was it in the middle of the night, but I was 32 miles from the nearest gas station. I stopped on the side of the road to assess the situation, wiped myself with 4 Taco Bell napkins I had in the car, and drove pantless 32 miles to the nearest gas station. And Allsup's, have you ever had their food? Which was closed since it was almost 1 a.m. Thankfully, about a few miles down the road, there was a different gas station that was open. I had to put on my shitty pants and go buy baby wipes and alcohol to clean themselves.
I need alcohol just hearing
this. To get through it. Yeah. And they had to clean the car at 1 a.m. in the middle of the night and then continue another 2 hours to Lubbock. Worst experience of my life. I know you can relate to it because I remember you sharing a story of shitting yourself in Souplantation. So since we already know your story, my question is for your guest, DeLa, have you ever shit yourself?
Wow, this is so non-consensual.
Love you, Jordan. Well, you did tell us
listening to that letter is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Ever.
I'm sorry that he shit himself, but listening to it is worse.
But you were also drunk and shoeless at the airport.
I was drunk and shoeless.
And you shared that with us.
Yes, and I feel that was entertaining. It was jovial. It had some great imagery.
And
this is not the imagery I want running through my head or my pants.
Has it ever happened?
Not since I was a young person. Well,
You're too classy for
too
this.
old of a young person, but like a grade school child.
I regard you as a very classy person. So even if you were lying to me, I would never spill the beans. Well, no pun intended.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to go into further detail on that.
You're not.
And
You're
honestly, this is a hate crime. This letter is a hate crime.
It was really violent.
There should, if there were white powder in this envelope, I would have liked that better.
Right. Have you ever been to a Souplantation before? Do you know what it is?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It is a buffet restaurant that only served soups, salads, fruits, and breads. And you would go in and you would take a tray.
Why is it called a plantation?
I know. The mother company is called Sweet Tomatoes, which I think is better.
Oh, yeah, I know Sweet Tomato.
Okay, so same thing.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I was in there one time and I thought, I said, I should get up and go to the restroom. And then I just thought that I had to tinkle. Okay, that's what I was going to do. And I thought someone threw something at me and I went, who threw that at my leg? What is that? I was just going to the bathroom while I was walking.
How?
Listen, I don't know if I was just, at that point, I needed vaginal rejuvenation. I don't know what the problem was, but there was zero sensation.
Do you think that poop comes out of vaginas?
Well, like
a cloaca
my butt
on a chicken?
On my butt vagina.
Okay.
Right. I felt it and I thought it was because I was near a yogurt machine. I thought it was like frozen yogurt or something because it was also
frozen.
Well, I didn't know because
it came out cold.
Well, you know the sensation of hot and cold. Like if you don't know what's happening, you're like, oh my God, I'm startled. It has to be that. And then I was like, oh no, it just feels wet. I had to go home in the car. I had to walk.
You have to go home now.
I do have to go home now. I've actually been making brown as we've been sitting here. I know.
Well, at least you have the desk, though.
I know.
I mean, anything could be going on under there.
Well, there's so much going on here. There's so many,
You could be on the toilet pleasuring yourself right now.
That's happening.
Know. Yeah.
They know. If I learned anything from RuPaul, it was that I can wear track pants and a dress at the same time.
Well, when I was actually getting ready for this, I was feeling jealous of your desk. I was really thinking about. Sometimes I really miss that pandemic drag on camera.
Oh gosh, it was the best. Didn't it teach people I hate to say this, but the BenDeLaCreme rises to the top. And so if you're able to captivate people in a little square, you're doing something. And so a lot of people were like, I can't do it. And I was like, really? You mean I can do drag just sitting in one spot? I got this. All I have to do is pick out eyelashes. That's it. I loved it. It was my favorite. I wish we had a disease running rampant through the world right now again.
Well, give it a minute, Delta. I think we're well on our way.
Someone just said, I think if a dragon flew by right now, I would be surprised, but not really that surprised.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've been listening to the telepathy tapes. Have you heard this podcast?
Please tell me because I need it.
So it's fascinating. And everyone listen to the telepathy tapes. It's incredible. It's this woman who's doing research on nonverbal autistic children. Mm-hmm. And so, for a long time, doctors were like, oh, there's no one in there. That's sorry, your kid's not in that body, and now these kids are communicating and they're eloquent as fuck. And a lot of them know languages they were never taught and all that. Yeah. And crazy stuff. And then it's a thing where they not only can some of them communicate through telepathy with their mothers or a favorite teacher or something, but they all talk about this place called the Hill where they all meet. And it's on this other, right? So anyway, I'm listening to this thing, right? And the host is constantly I know this is hard to believe. I know that you have to really suspend your belief, And I'm sitting there, I'm why? Based on what? Based on what thing that makes sense in our world would I not just be yes? To this, you know what I mean? That, it's that dragon thing. I really feel like that. It's everything's so ridiculous. People are oh, do you think there's real aliens? Do you think the aliens? I'm I kind of, my interest is low because sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Why would that be impossible?
Right.
I don't know why it doesn't even seem like a weird question to me.
Yeah, I agree.
So what you're sharing with me, I'm yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that tracks.
It's exciting stuff, Delta.
Right.
Give it a listen.
What about when people say elegant instead of elegant?
Oh, they're monsters.
They are monsters.
They should be excommunicated.
Thank you for being here. This was fun.
This was a blast. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. I know it's the middle of the day and you had to get slung up in drag.
Well, listen, I got into drag real fast, and there's a reason I'm wearing this bang today.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. I'm not showing you what's happening under here. I'm not talking to you about when I pooped myself, and I'm not showing you what's under my bang.
But you are going to talk about wearing them sandals. Thank you for being here.
I hope we can do this again.
I hope so too. Well, we have to work on the musical.
That's true.
We have to work on the musical.
All right. Yeah, I'll get to writing.
Today on Very Delta, we learned that the most voluptuous women buy their shoes at the airport. We'll see you next week. And until then, keep things very Delta. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, a.k.a. Mom. Hosted by Delta Work. Produced and edited by Doug Robertson. Technical direction by Danielle Mitchell. With original theme music by Will Pitts. Media and design support by Stone Cold. And set design by Eris Sevilla. Executive produced by Alaska, Willem, Big Dipper, Camille Stennis, and Joe Cilio. Recorded at Forever Dog Productions.
Mom!
Watch Very Delta uncensored, ad-free, and a day early by subscribing to Mom Plus Gold. Sign up today at mompodcast.plus for premium content, including weekly episodes of more Very Delta.